the defining issue of our time. The great problem that allowed a demagogue like Donald Trump to rise is the complete and total collapse of trust between the American people and institutions of government, of civil society, of nonprofits, religious institutions, corporations. Everywhere you look, powerful interests, powerful people have broken trust. When trust collapses, when it is incinerated, it gives rise to demagogues, people who believe that they can say anything, that if they speak fast enough, if they speak loudly enough, if they talk over someone persistently enough, that they will be able to lie with precision. You can think about it at an individual level. Beloved entertainers like Bill Cosby, disgraced. You can think about it at a presidential level. Donald Trump, who lied to the American people 35,000 times. The Catholic Church, the Boy Scouts, Enron, the mortgage crisis. The list goes on and on and on. Everywhere the American people look, they see malfeasance. What they see is a rigged system. One set of rules for people at the top and a different set of rules for everybody else. And remember always, the everybody else includes 40% of the American population that does not have $400 cash available for an emergency, and 60% of the population that lives paycheck to paycheck. When trust collapses completely, what it produces is a field where demagogues can rise. And of course, that's what Donald Trump is and was, always has been, and always will be. What Trump has spawned is a new generation of demagogues like Vivek Ramaswamy. The interview that Medhi Hasan did on MSNBC Peacock with Vivek Ramaswamy is a masterclass in how journalists should interview their subjects. Medhi Hasan is in a league of his own among American journalists. There's no reason that there can't be 25 people on American television doing what Medhi Hasan did. Watch Vivek Ramaswamy's reaction to being held to account, to being confronted by reality. What he does is a bad Trump imitation. He blusters, he lies, he bullshits, but he's not very good at it, and he's not very convincing. Let's watch him talk over Medhi Hasan. Let's watch him interrupt. Let's watch him try to evade his reality and his record. It is remarkable.
You say he behaved in downright abhorrent behavior that makes him a danger to democracy. What was it that was downright? Tell me what he did that was downright abhorrent.
Let's actually be really fair to your audience. So on January 10th, 2021, thereabouts, days after that incident, I wrote an op-ed in the Wall Street Journal arguing that censorship was the real cause of what happened on January 6th. When asked in response, somebody asked me the question, are you... That's what I wrote. I'm giving you the facts of what I said. That's a hard fact. That was published in the Wall Street Journal. When pressed on, was that condoning what Trump did? My answer was no. There's a difference between a bad judgment and a crime.
And
we
you're
need
avoiding
to be able to tell the difference in this country.
What did Donald Trump do,
no, I'm not avoiding
in your view, that was downright abhorrent? Second time I
think that the thing that I would have done differently if I were in his shoes
is Vivek,
I would have declared re-election on January 7th.
I'll ask it a third time.
That's exactly the thing I would have done.
What did Trump do that was egregious, quote, downright abhorrent, and a danger to democracy? Can you just explain to our viewers? Your words.
So you're mixing two different quotes. But what did I think was reprehensible about what happened that day? Look, I think that the way a true leader should have handled that situation should have been to actually say, this is me running for re-election, not actually litigating what is already passed and behind us. And I would have done things differently. That is not a crime, though, what he did.
I understand.
And the reason I have been so vehement...
You keep saying what you would have done. I just want to hear from your mouth. No, unless you're scared of him, why won't you say what he did that was downright abhorrent?
I'm not going to let you stitching together three things from three different places to create a caricature. Do you want to have an actual conversation?
Yes, I want you to answer my question, Vivek. Three times I've asked it. What did Trump do that was downright abhorrent? It's a simple question. It's your words. It's on screen. What did he do that was downright abhorrent?
I believe that failing to unite this country falls short of what a true leader ought to do. That is why I'm in this race, is to do things differently than any prior president has done them. That's the hard truth, okay?
And that's what made him a sore loser and abhorrent.
The media
yes, your words.
and well, the reality is none of that is a crime. And the reason I have been so vocal, is because when somebody actually prosecutes somebody for a bad judgment, and I've been clear,
I understand your objections to the litigation.
I would have made different judgments.
It's easy to look at Vivek Ramaswamy and dismiss him as a very rich goofball. But he's dangerous. Why is he dangerous? He's dangerous because of the message. His message, his placards, and I'm in the state of New Hampshire as we speak. They're all over the place. And what they say on them is truth. When someone comes to you running for president of the United States with a banner that says truth above them, and they lie, and they lie, and they lie some more, and when they get caught in the lie, they double down and they lie again, and then they lie and lie some more, and double down and lie some more. That person at a moral level is unfit for public trust. And the unfitness of an accumulation of enough people has brought America to the edge of the greatest crisis it has faced since the American Civil War, when the Union was nearly divided and the country nearly ended. The American system, American society, and the American way of life is built around elections, a radical concept that we get to choose. And when we pick our leaders, we give them power, limited power, constrained by the Constitution, and they have no right whatsoever to interfere in our rights. These rights are threatened by dishonest demagogues who disregard the outcomes of elections. The lying is a feature of every authoritarian movement there has ever been. And everywhere in the world where people live burdened by a government that can impose its will on them, they live in a culture of lies. And that culture of lies is dangerous because it is a cancer on a democracy. At the moment, it becomes impossible to distinguish what is real and what is not, what is bullshit and what is not. Democracy is imperiled. When you cannot distinguish between the lie and the truth because they stand equally in the town square, society stands on the edge of the abyss. This is important and fundamental to understand. This is the role the journalists should play in a society. And it is the role that journalists largely have abandoned during the Trump era. They've abandoned it to go into business with Donald Trump in a vast Trump industrial complex where outrage and clicks and anger sell and get more clicks and more anger and more rage, and on it goes. What's the antidote to it? The antidote is the transparency that comes from reality, being able to confront the lie in real time, in play view, masterfully done and constructed the way that Medhi Hasan did it. That is how democracy is protected by journalism, not by banal slogans like on the masthead of the Washington Post that declare democracy dies in darkness, when in fact, it's dying in the plain light of day over 7 years in this country and in the full view of every editor and every politician in the United States. Medhi Hasan is in a league of his own because no one else seems to plan out the interviews, setting up one question after another, leading their subjects into a box canyon where they get to expose for all of us to see their character. That's what Medhi Hasan did with Vivek Ramaswamy, and he did a great service to the country because he exposed the young demagogue who wants to strip the right to vote for millions of Americans between 18 and 25 years old. Vivek Ramaswamy is a professional bullshitter, and obviously, he's done very well for himself with that. But let's be clear about something. Vivek Ramaswamy is a liar. He can't be trusted, certainly not with your family's future. He doesn't care about it at all. What he cares about is attention, fame, and more money. You know how you know that? Watch Medhi Hasan's interview. Vivek Ramaswamy told you all you ever need to know about him. Another Republican MAGA candidate, completely unfit to ever serve the American people in any public capacity that requires trust. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to our channel so you never miss a video. Also, for more content just like this, please consider joining our Warning Premium community. You can find out more in the description below.